The Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, you know what's going to be a fun movie? In 20 years, they'll make a Hunter Biden movie.
Oh, my
gonna
God.
be
How
bananas.
about 4 years?
Yeah.
But a
What
real
if a
rock
Republican
becomes president? That
That's
shit
gonna
will
rule.
100%.
Real rock and roll lifestyle
Yeah.
movie. It's like, dude, this guy got after.
I mean, they made one about Bush.
If Ron DeSantis becomes president, and then they get Quentin Tarantino to do a Hunter Biden movie. You know how goddamn wild that is? Imagine if Quentin Tarantino decides that's his last movie.
Dead
He's going
Edward
to do a
Storage.
Hunter Biden movie. Hunter Biden with a fucking briefcase filled with amphetamines.
Yes.
Just wandering through the airport somewhere, telling everybody who his dad is.
Living in Russia.
Just doing wild shit with
on a
street
board?
hookers in
On a-
Vietnam,
on a
smoking
board
crack.
in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dad,
making millions.
we got to get rid of Ukraine.
Oh, we gotta fund this movie. This will be killer.
Hey, how about Ukraine? How are they doing?
How they doing? They keep fighting it,
We
but I
keep
don't
giving
see
them
them winning.
money. Sorry. They
Dude, just think about
Did you see this trailer?
Oh, is this Daily Wire?
Yeah.
Of
Wait,
course.
they
I see
made a
Gina
Hunter
Carano.
Biden.
I know it's Daily Wire.
Oh, they already made this?
Yeah.
Wow, that guy looks a
trailer
lot
seems
like
kind of
him.
crazy.
Hilarious.
That guy looks a little
Well,
like
that's
Joe,
Biden
dude.
for sure.
Where the hell are we?
Why they got a fat guy to play Biden? They're on that like cheap ass Republican
Propaganda.
agency.
Right.
Like they can't get the real talent agents.
They're
if you got
trying.
a fat guy
Oh, right.
playing
Yeah.
Biden,
Yeah, that's
They're
no
like,
good.
It's supposed to be
they're
good.
not getting the best. Like because like standard Hollywood is not going to work with them.
No.
You know, so by the time it gets to the Daily Wire, you know, the problem is that ecosystem, that fucking, if you have to be left wing, if you're not left wing and you're in that Hollywood ecosystem, you have to keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, you can't even
Right.
do a move. You're like, I just
Yeah.
was a role.
Yeah.
And they're like, now you're out.
So if someone wanted to go and work for the Daily Wire and then people found out they're working for the Daily Wire, I guarantee
you're
that
fucked.
would be a problem with
would lose out on
the
stuff.
fucking super libs. The super libs who are all in the cult,
Yeah.
they would not want anyone around them
Unless you're
that
Mel,
has
dude.
any...
Mel's
Mel
back.
Gibson? Yes.
Mel's back, dude.
Who's Mel? Oh,
Mel
Unstoppable.
Gibson.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He came for you,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
He
came
loves
for
your
us.
people.
He would
There's a
knock you
few
the
of
fuck
those
out.
guys.
He made some good points, though.
Mel Gibson would fuck you up, Ari.
You think so?
Definitely. After what you guys
Well,
you did.
Breitbart.
Braveheart went a
Daily
long
Wire
way.
movie.
Oh, Breitbart made it. Is it kind of the same?
Same, but
Just-
different.
just
You know they
crazy.
killed Breitbart? Andrew Breitbart? They hit him with a little heart attack gun. You ever seen
Oh,
it?
really?
Who did that to him?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Is that real?
But the Daily, can't they get a thin Biden? Get Alan
Yeah,
Arkin
get
or
somebody.
something. Yeah, there's a lot of thin old people.
No, but they won't work.
I want to apologize to the Daily Wire. 'Cause I feel like I was out of line and suggested that it was them because Breitbart would probably have even
looked like a Daily
worse
Wire
casting agents.
Uh-huh.
Like that's down the line. Like Breitbart would have the worst casting.
Breitbart would be the worst.
That's worse because Daily Wire has Jordan Peterson, has like a lot of people
Regular.
that
Daily
are like
Wire made a movie.
center right.
I got Daily Wire to watch a movie. They made a school shooting movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's kind of like one of those movies where like the good guy has the gun.
With Jason Statham.
But
as
even
a
they
kid.
fucked it.
What's
Even they
who's he
gated it
killing
up.
then?
No, there's a bunch of school shooters come in and start shooting, and then a girl.
Oh,
Of
defense.
course, they make it a goddamn girl.
Dude, they had
Hey,
this
hand me some more of that bodega
run hide
cat.
fight. So they had this
Yeah.
podcast conference. Check this out.
Are there female shooters?
They had a
No.
They
no.
can't
There was
fucking
one.
shoot.
It's
There
like
was
the
one.
WNBA.
There was
no
one.
shots.
Tony
They
Hinchcliffe
can't
used to have a
shoot.
bit about it.
Oh, okay.
But so they have this podcast conference, and the Daily they have a bunch of booths, right? So the
Yeah.
Daily Wire takes out a booth, and Ben Shapiro goes. So Ben Shapiro goes, and he's there, and he's meeting people that are podcast fans, and they're all coming up to him, and they're real friendly to him. They're taking photos with him and stuff like that. And then afterwards, they release a statement talking about the harm that did,
What?
and how they were not aware, like the people who ran this podcast thing, the harm in bringing in Ben Shapiro that was very damaging to people.
What's harmful
Like,
about
let's see if we
Ben
can find-
Shapiro?
Bring him in.
See if you can find what their quotes were.
Okay.
That there was like danger to it or something. I forget the words they used, but it was one of
Damn.
those things where you read, you're like, "What are you saying?"
They're
like,
just apologizing to people so they keep doing their business.
yeah, but here's the thing:
don't
like,
really believe any of that they're
they
saying.
have some of the top podcasts in the country.
oh, yeah.
So it makes sense that they would be there. Hi, folks. We owe you an apology before sessions kick off for the day. Yesterday afternoon, Ben Shapiro briefly visited
Briefly.
the
They wanted to be like-
PM22 Expo area near the Daily Wire booth. Though he was not registered or expected, we take full responsibility for the harm. But he's one of the owners of the Daily Wire.
By the harm done
registered
by his
or
presence.
expected. He was there. He was one of the co-founders. Yeah, there it is. There's no way around it. We agreed to sell the Daily Wire a first-time booth based on the company's large presence in podcasting, which it should be.
Yeah.
That's what you're representing. The weight of that decision is now painfully clear.
So
Shapiro
painful. Oh
is a
God.
co-founder. A drop-in, however unlikely, should have been considered a possibility. Those of you
my
call
God.
this unacceptable, in quotes, are right.
He's the least threatening guy on the planet.
You could just
In 9
spit in his
wonderful
face and he would
years
take it.
growing and
Throw his
celebrating
yarmulke.
this medium, PM has made mistakes. The pain
We'll all,
always
stick with us.
the pain caused by this one will always stick with us. We promise that sponsors will be more carefully considered moving forward.
Oh, we're fucked.
Folks, people are in a cult. They're in a cult.
We are
They're in a
fucked
cult.
as a
Like,
society.
you can't entertain any views that are different than yours. You can't allow people.
Especially Ben Shapiro. I
He
mean,
briefly stopped by.
He's 5'8".
Oh, we'll live
Bro,
with this for the rest of our lives.
It's just conversations. It's
Yeah.
like people have opinions on one side and people have opinions on the other side. But all they're doing is having conversations.
Yeah.
You have video of him
A fucking podcast.
stopping by? What if he
Hey,
started actually?
hello
Yeah,
everybody.
it's him.
How's
All
everybody
just
doing?
pictures.
people are like, oh, it's so painful.
Painfully clear.
Hi,
Look,
I'd
there's
like
all
to
these
take a
people
picture of
taking
you.
photos with him.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you.
Listen, the way to handle people that you disagree with
Where's
is
Mel
to
Gibson?
fucking
Where's
debate
Mel Gibson
them.
when you need him, dude?
The way
He
to
would give
handle
Shapiro a
people,
knuckle sandwich.
they should
That's
have
true.
conversations with him publicly.
Got a nice suit.
But this is bullshit. Like to say that it was a bad idea to let that guy there is crazy. Of course it's a good idea.
But-
It doesn't mean you agree with everything he says.
But you don't
have
think-
100 fucking booths there. How could you agree with everybody?
But you don't think they're actually saying that? I think
They're saying 'cause
just
they
under
have to.
pressure of like,
Yes.
fuck you. They go,
Publicist.
okay, I'll tell you everything I think you want me to say.
Listen, most people have never experienced anything remotely like what you've experienced, so people are mad at you. Imagine that. Imagine
if you're
putting
not ready
that.
for it.
Imagine putting that on a person who's
Except
experienced
like everyone
nothing.
at this table.
Yeah, everyone at this table. But you think about us.
For a first timer, like, whoa.
For someone who's not even an entertainer and doesn't know what that feels like, and all of a sudden this person gets dragged into it, and like,
good
what do I
point.
have to do to stop this fire?
Yeah.
You'll say anything.
Good point.
And also in that world, that's how you talk.
Right.
That's why it's like a cult. Like there's lines that you have to stay inside of.
It's like
there's
that Beyonce
ways
thing.
you have to address
when she
things.
goes, I use the word spaz, she goes, I know this is deeply offensive.
Spaz?
Yeah, not even just a bit offensive.
We're in a cult, folks.
There's no more just like, guys, it was a little bit off.
There's a
Yeah.
mind virus cult that took over half the fucking country.
Yep.
Just don't
all
apologize.
scared of
Keep
them.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
keep
ignore
going,
it.
Beyonce.
It's not good for anybody if you apologize and go
Yeah.
into that. If you become one of those people that gets sucked into that
Oh,
world
Jamie,
of
let me
not
get
being
that
able
again.
to say anything,
Yeah.